going to start in a supported Shavasana with the bolster under the knees. Okay, so just take a moment here to settle into the space. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose and exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and exhale, let it go. And you can let go of any control of the breath. Just let it settle into a natural rhythm. Today we are starting our new theme for the rest of the month of December. This is our 8th limb of yoga, closing out our practice, journeying through the 8 limbs of yoga. So we are practicing Samadhi, and this is a state of being that we can experience really in those quiet little moments at any time. It's what happens when we begin to slow down, when we allow our mind to soften and our heart to open to the awareness, not trying to focus on attaining awareness, but just being open to that spaciousness that we cultivate, to the point where we're not trying to grasp or hold on, but it just becomes a sense of ease. So when we stop trying to control our breath and we simply just feel it, that's one way that we can connect with this limb. So during the practice today, try to just allow stillness, allow spaciousness, allow the boundaries between you and the world to kind of blur. We are, in our practice, we are creating the conditions for Samadhi to happen, to become aware of it, instead of trying to force or attain it in some way. Another way that you could kind of think of this is we often have like, oh, I want to be happy. I want to be XYZ, whatever it is. So we focus on attaining this one thing. I want to be this, I want to be this, I want to have this. And eventually we just become it. So in those moments where you become happy and you are happiness, that is one way to experience Samadhi. So from this supported Shavasana, we're going to use the bolster for the majority of our practice today. We'll take a supported butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana, by just walking the feet up to the bolster and then bringing the soles of the feet to the bolster and then bringing them together and letting the knees fall open. So your legs are supported by the bolster, not right under the knees, but under the bottom part of your legs. So you have a little bit of elevation here. Take a moment to just feel the support beneath you. Begin to just become aware of your breath. Again, we're not trying to control the breath in the practice today. Just become aware of it, however it is. You can place your hands on the rib cage or on the belly if it helps to tune into the movement of the breath. Or you can bring your arms to the sides, palms facing up or down, or even bringing the arms up overhead, stretching a little through the side body. Lots of choices here. You can use the hands to draw the knees towards each other, keeping the soles of the feet on the bolster. We'll find a figure 4 stretch, crossing the right ankle behind the left knee. Right knee draws towards the back of the room. We're just going to stay here and not pull the legs in unless you feel like you want to. Just more of a restorative variation of this pose. So if you'd like to, you can just place the right hand on the inside of the right leg, just giving a little bit of gentle guidance for that knee to draw towards the back side of the room. Or you can bring the arms to your sides. Just begin to notice the sensations, this variation, more supported, a little more stretch than if we were just placing that left foot on the mat. Maybe feeling the evenness of the hips and shoulders. See if you can allow the awareness of the edges of your body to just begin to soften, almost as if they're dissolving into the space around you. And uncross the legs, bringing both feet back down to the bolster. And just press the feet into the bolster, lifting the hips and shifting them over to the right. And then we'll let the knees fall to the left. So the bolster is kind of closing that gap between the legs and the floor, so it's a little more supported,
As you come into the supine twist, bring the arms out to a T, right shoulder melts down to the mat, and gaze comes over the right fingertips. If you need a block between the knees here as well, you can place a block there. See if you can notice the breath without managing it. Just feeling it. What does it feel like to just notice the breath? On your inhale, draw the knees back up through center. If you've used a block, you can remove the block. And then pressing the feet back into the bolster, moving the hips and shoulders back through center. And hug the knees in towards the chest. Just take a little rock here side to side, rocking out the lower back, the sacrum. And we'll take that same sequence on the opposite side. So feet back to the bolster, left ankle crosses behind the right knee, left knee draws towards the back of the room. want to place your hand just for gentle guidance, finding that point where you begin to feel sensation. Or you can bring the arms out to the side. Allow the shoulders to move away from the ears. Often in yin, when we're holding poses for these longer periods of time, sometimes we can experience some restlessness or slight discomfort. See if you can just be present with it, be aware of it without trying to shift or change, move in any way. Unless you're feeling pain and need to back out of the pose, it's okay to feel discomfort sometimes. Just be aware, be present. across the legs. And find the supine twist on the opposite side, pressing the feet into the bolster. Shift the hips over to the left. Let the knees fall to the right. And bringing the arms out to a T, left shoulder draws down towards the earth. And gaze comes over the left fingertips. As you breathe here, see if you can notice the moment that the exhale ends and the stillness that comes after. On your inhale, unwind to your center, shifting the hips and shoulders back into alignment. You can walk the feet towards the edges of the bolster and just take a couple of windshield wiper motions here, back and forth. And in whatever way is intuitive to you, just coming up to a seated position, maybe rolling to one side first. We'll move our bolster towards the top of the mat. Be bringing it under the knees. We'll find caterpillar pose. Toes flexed towards the body, sitting up nice and tall. And then walking the hands out, and once you find that point of stretch, either the lower back or maybe it's the back of the legs, you can just allow the spine to round forward, maybe bringing a block to support the head. Bring the arms to your sides. Maybe resting on the bolster or on the mat. And just take a couple of moments to just find where you want to be here. See if you can allow your awareness to widen beyond the edges of the mat, beyond the walls of the room, becoming more spacious with each breath. And slowly walk the hands back, remove the block. Come all the way up. Head comes up last. And we'll transition to tabletop. So you can leave the bolster somewhere around the middle of your mat. And from tabletop, we'll just take a few rounds of cat-cows. Knees stacked under the hips, palms, wrists stacked under the shoulders. On the inhale, drop the belly, tailbone rises, gaze comes forward. Exhale, press into the mat, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, gaze towards your navel. Inhale, dropping the belly, finding cow pose. Exhale, rounding, pressing the earth away, find cat. Just take a couple of rounds here at your own pace. Coming back to a neutral tabletop. You want to have a little cushion for your knees. You can bring your blanket behind the bolster. And then we'll step the right foot forward to the outside of the hands. And then you can use blocks if you like, or you can keep the hands on the mat. Sinking the hips down. You can bring the bolster to support a little here, butting it up against the left thigh. Sinking the hips down, right knee stays in line with the middle toe. Stretching into the left hip flexor. Crown of your head is reaching forward. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Notice if your breath becomes a little labored here. You can always back off a little bit by sending the hips a little further back, pausing and seeing if that makes a difference. As always, at any time you need to come out of a pose, just gently make your way out. Find a supportive posture and rest. Exhale and send the hips back. You press into the right foot. Right toes point towards the top of the mat. Just taking a little counter stretch here. Move your blocks to the side and bring the hands to the inside of the right foot. Slowly step or walk that foot back. So we come back to tabletop. Moving into the opposite side, left foot comes to the outside of the hands. And you can bring your blocks here if you'd like a little more height. And then making adjustments to your props and slowly sink the hips down once more. Try not to slump down into the shoulders, but to really press into the blocks with the palms of your hands or your knuckles, fingertips, taking some weight off of the wrists. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Trying to keep your left knee in line with the middle toe as you lunge forward. Hugging the knee in towards the center. Breathe and notice the differences between this side and the right side. Exhale, press the hips back, press into the left foot. Left toes pointed towards the front of the mat. And shifting forward, setting your blocks to the side. Bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. And then walk or step the left leg back. And we will find a supported child's pose. So you can bring the big toes together, knees towards the edges of the mat. There's an option to bring your blanket behind the thighs, resting on your calves. And then bring your bolster between the knees. Walk the hands back Bring the heart center and forehead to your bolster. You can also place a block under the bolster to give it a little more, bring it a little closer to you, a little more leverage. Breathe into the belly, the hips. Just allow them to relax down towards the earth. Walk the hands up, slowly come up. And set your props aside. Lay down on your mat and find Shavasana either with the bolster or without. Let your legs come out long, let your feet fall open. Arms at your sides, palms facing up or down. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh out. Begin to let go of the practice. Let go of anything that did or didn't happen as expected today. See if you can arrive as presence itself. Simply exist in this moment. Begin to deepen your breathing over the fingers and toes, slowly awakening.
Take your time coming to a seated position as we close our practice. Bring the hands to heart center in some way. A moment to express our gratitude for this time and space, to breathe, to just be, to move our bodies in ways that are nourishing. I'm grateful for bodies that can move through this practice in any way whatsoever. I'm grateful for people to practice with and beautiful spaces to practice in. May you walk in loving kindness. May you share the